So let's start it. I was listening to Birds 365 this morning. By the way, Battle Royale at 4:30. Big Z will join us at 3:30. So let's start with the superstar of camp, Darius Cooper, and what he's done. Okay, so let's go here. Should Darius Cooper be in the starting lineup against the Washington Commanders? What do you think? It would be Devontae Smith, Dontavian Wicks, and Darius Cooper. Be your three wideouts. I'll read those names off again. Devontae Smith, Darius Cooper, and Dontavian Wicks. Those three guys, should they be your starters versus the Commanders? Yes or no? He should be, but he won't. Lemon is the first round pick. So, Flex says yes. Devontae Smith, Dontavian Wicks, and Darius Cooper in week 1. That's your starting wideouts. Sills, how many of those Cowboys, $15 billion for a team that hasn't sniffed a Super Bowl in 30 years? I think that tells you the power of the star. Cowboys haven't done shit in 30 years, and they're the most expensive franchise on the planet. I don't know. You tell me, Andres. Yes. I'd like to see Cooper in preseason first, though. All right, I like that one, Rasputin. Okay. Sills, need your thoughts how he painted a rosy picture with Gennard signing. Is he a $100 million bust? Dude, it's August 12th. Not going there yet. He's not Bryce Huff yet. I don't think he's anywhere near it. Lemon won't be ready by week 1. What? He might get snaps, but Howie will want Lemon mixed in more. And ultimately, Lemon 100%. So wait a minute. I'm asking you a simple question. Since your boy's been a big star in camp, should he start week 1? Yes or no? Should that guy be the opening day starter? Yes or no? Very simple. Nothing crazy here. Should that guy be the guy that gets what he's basically been doing in camp right now? Do you think this guy should be your starter in week 1? Yes or no? Let's see if you can answer this simple question. No. Okay. Well, wait. RC depends on what? Get this. I'm spinning something. Should Darius Cooper start week 1? Is a spin? It's a simple question, guy. We aren't going to put dudes out there if they aren't ready. It's not black and white like you want it to be. It's a BS-loaded question. The first-round pick, who was the 17th overall pick, and you're telling me, why, you put Cooper DeJean out there once he was ready? Once Cooper DeJean was ready, you put him in the game. Why can't you do Makai Lemon? It's a simple question. Look at this. Because you guys can't answer simple questions, it's you with the spin. Sills can't spin. He's in a wheelchair. Listen. This is the simplest question I've ever asked. And you people can't answer it. If the guy's starring so well and doing so well with really a bunch of dudes. And he's performing and outperforming these nobodies. Should he start? Yes or no? Flexing, you answered it. You did. The majority, the people answered. Okay. You're right. It's just a couple stupid people like this. You're right. As always. Okay? Fake Eagle fans in here can't answer it, Sills. That's right, they can't. I like Wayne. Depends on it. Lemmy comes back very soon as shows his skills. If he looks good, gets a lot of reps, then yes, he's wide receiver 3. If not, it's Cooper. All right, Wayne. Let's go with that. Wayne, what would it say if Makai Lemon gets back, and according to John, it looks like he's close. And we're still about 4 weeks out from the opener against the Commanders. If Darius Cooper beats out Makai Lemon, what message does that send? That a UDFA beat the 17th player drafted in this past April's draft. A guy anybody could have had in Darius Cooper beat him out. In a very unimpressive wide receiver room. Yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you. By the way, I'm not indicting his career. I'm indicting again the beginning of his career. It will not happen. Prince, I think you're right. Because it would be an indictment that an undrafted free agent in a very unimpressive wide receiver room beat out the 17th pick in the draft, even with limited reps. It's not like you're going against A.J. Brown for the 3rd wide receiver. Very unimpressive people are in that wideout room. And again, you're not talking about a deep room of great players. You're talking about dudes. You're not talking about beating out Devontae or A.J. Brown. You can't beat out Elijah Moore? And you're the first round pick for the Birds? What message would that send? Sills, I love it. Lemons could have showed up to camp out of shape. That's the only reason that makes sense to me. And if that's the case, sit his ass on the bench. Cooper starts. Get this. New system, not everyone needs to be a star. Bro, you don't have anybody over there except Devontae Smith. Stop acting like... I like how people dress up pigs and make them think that they're horses. We saw him last year in preseason. He was so good. He didn't get anything but starting reps. Okay? But wait a second. Didn't we all shit on how bad this draft was after 15? I'm not willing to give up on Lemon yet. Now, not giving up on Lemon, dude. I'm asking you, what message would that send if Darius Cooper is the starting wide receiver and Lemon is healthy in the 3rd wide receiver spot? Man, they were counting on that guy to be the number 2. I like how everyone's dancing around this now. Oh, well, Dontavian Wicks has won the 2nd wide receiver spot because Lemon's not been out there. Okay. But now the 3rd one too? You didn't use the 3rd one. You have it in 5 years. Now all of a sudden, the 3rd wide receiver is a big role? Oh, yeah, I forgot. It's the new offense, right? Okay? He's a rookie. Bro, you're not beating out established players here. You're beating out journeymen. Get this. Spinning shit with Lemon. If the guy doesn't start in week 1 with an unimpressive wide receiver room and a UDFA beats him out for the third row, that's spin or reality? Bro, some of you, and not all of you, Eagle fans, are just not very smart when it comes to looking at your football team and understanding the politics of it. Like you guys play with G.I. Joes. Sileo Cooper is on the same path as Zach Bond. Sometimes it takes time to become an NFL maturity. Dude, the 17th pick in the draft, Zach Bond was a third rounder. I get growing third rounders. Third rounder, 17th pick. You're talking about starting week 1 and the kid is hurt. What the fuck are you talking about? Okay. I just said, once again, you got 4 weeks. If the kid is able to go, do you still start him week 1? Or do you put Darius Cooper in? This is the simplest question I could possibly ask you. It can't be any simple. Here, I'll do it one last time. Because Darius Cooper has been so impressive and Moore has missed so much time, John says he's close to coming back. In 4 weeks, who do you start? Cooper, Lemon at the 3. Who do you start? Just answer it. "3 days until greatness" of Josh Allen, Steve Young, disciple, the second coming of the greatest show on turf. It's the final showdown. So isn't that the case? The receiver room is weak, so isn't the job up for grabs? The only reason Cooper could take it is only if the kid is available. Daff, everyone is saying how great he's been playing in camp. Who do you feel, and who does Jalen feel comfortable with at wide receiver? I'll let you answer. Who would be the 3 wide receivers that Jalen Hurts, in your opinion, would want on opening day? Who would that 3 be? Give me the 3. On who, and name the 3 receivers that Jalen Hurts would want to have starting week 1. Simple question. Smitty, Wicks, and Cooper. Okay? I think you're right. Smitty, Wicks, and Cooper. How many people believe that in here? That Jalen would be good with that going into that game. Devontae Smith, Dontavian Wicks, and Darius Cooper. Right? Okay. That's your starting wideouts. What kind of message now does that send? That if Lemon is healthy, he's a role player. If Darius Cooper ends up to be a player How much credit does the former wide receiver coach, Nick Sirianni, get for development? Nick will have coached Keenan Allen, Mike Williams, Ty Hilton, AJ, Smitty, and Cooper. Every single one of those wide receivers. I think Ty Hilton. I don't remember where he coached T.Y. Hilton. T.Y. Hilton wasn't at Indianapolis. I don't believe when he was there. I could be wrong, but I don't remember T.Y. Hilton being there when he was at Indianapolis. I thought that was under a different regime. Yeah, I don't know if T.Y. was there. He may have been. You guys are saying he may have been. Okay. But T.Y. was there before Nick Sirianni got there. Okay. Well, he was there before Sirianni showed up. He was there back in the day. I think when even Bruce Arians was there. Sills, I get the Lemon take, but this is more on Hurts. He has to show he can elevate unproven talent. Okay. Yeah. I mean, one pick a day from the top 3 corner in the league is nothing to worry about. Watch the video, bro. He was standing there waiting for the ball instead of attacking it. Are you guys talking about that pick that Q had on Hurts today in practice? I saw that. He jumped the route. Hurts didn't look it off, and he jumped the route. That's why he got the pick. Stills, Laurie values his wallet, even though a billionaire Lemon starts, period. If healthy, Cooper season, add plus. Yeah, Prince, he just jumped the route. I saw the video. He jumped it. Hurts stared it down, and Q jumped the route. Pretty basic interception. Wasn't crazy. And, by the way, whoever that receiver was didn't fight for it either to go after it. At least break the play up, kid. Guy just let the guy jump underneath and not try to make a play on the player. Now, they might be told not to go to the ground. So there's a part of me that says, I'm not there, so I don't know if that's part of the issue at the players are told not to go to the ground. So you got to kind of concern yourself with that a little bit. And you want to play above the knees. Coaches are probably saying that. So play above the knees, not get anybody on the ground. So, it's easier to jump a route like that because the guy defending, the receiver, can't make a play on the guy getting the INT on Q. So you just got to know how practice protocol goes. That's my point, Sells. He was waiting for the ball to come to him. Yeah. So he jumped the route. Hurts looked it down. It was a terrible play by the quarterback. Quarterback looked him right down. Wasn't progression reading. Turned, look, threw. Q jumped the route. He was waiting there like it was a fair catch. Sills, you want to hear something crazy? The Hurts pick has 2.4 million views. Josh Allen pick from the same day is at 94,000. What does that tell you? More eyeballs are on Hurts and what he's going to do with the 2026 season. Oh, the sky is falling. Hurts looks close to 22 out there throwing to nobodies versus a top defense. I'm happy for now, okay? No problem. He looks closer to 22. Really? Based on what? How could he look closer to 22 when they're not doing anything like 22? Thank you, my friend. Appreciate it. Sills, is Jerome Brown the most talented lineman in Hurricane history? Yes. Brown, Sapp, Kennedy. Probably Woolfolk. You could put them in that order. Sills, the ability to work the middle requires a quarterback believes what he sees and strong anticipation. Hurts hasn't developed those skills. I love they are working on the middle, but it will take time. We'll see. All the stuff that they're doing in practice, I think it's great they're going against Vic's defense. And that'll help him as he gets into the start of the season with things that they're going to ask him to do. Absolutely. Love you, Sills. Greatest Eagles channel on YouTube. We thank you so much for saying that. Out of all plays, why did they post that pic? That's for Q. Because Vic had ripped him in a presser a day earlier. So it's nothing you have seen or heard so far has changed your mind from 8 wins. 0. Actually, I'm more cemented on it. Seals, how about the Cowboys $15 billion for a team that hasn't sniffed a Super Bowl in 30 years? Like I said, I think you answer your own question. How about a football team that's the richest sports team in the world? They haven't won a championship in 30 years. And they're still the number one franchise on the planet. I don't know. I think you answer your own question. It Hurts will not be a new guy. He will still hold the ball. He still needs a top 10 running game to be successful. Yeah, all these things that they're doing, I don't care what you say. You're not changing who he is. You can talk about it all you want. That guy's not going to change who he is. We're 7 years into his career. Not changing. Quarterbacks don't change fundamental skill sets. 7 years into their football career. It's not happening. Cowboys are the worst organization in the last 30 years. They're the epitome of dog shit. Worse than the Jets. They deserve no benefit of the doubt. You say you hate potential, yet you like the Cowboys. I told you I think the Cowboys have improved their roster. And I also told you I think they have to go out and play and prove it. Did you not hear that? Or do you only hear I said they improved their roster? Which means that you only listen to 2% of what I say, which is common. Sports talk listeners listen to 2% of what somebody answers. And so, to your point, they've been the worst organization in 30 years? Well, then how are they the richest in the world? We haven't seen Cooper play in an actual game, but if he excels in this system, it's a good thing and allows Lemon to develop. Dude, if a UDFA has more playing time this year than Makai Lemon, that's a horrific first year for Lemon. It's a horrific first year. Now, I don't, on August 12th, going to go down there. We're far away from that. We're far away, dude. Sills has been very consistent with his assessment of the Cowboys. Yeah, you got to prove it. The Cowboys have improved their roster since they got rid of Micah Parsons. At all 3 levels of their defense. They added George Pickens. They're a better football team. Now, they got to go prove it. Get this. Here's Prince telling you to do something that no one has seen in 5 years. Sit back and watch the show. When it comes to a passing game, We've been sitting for 5 years. Already calling for his downfall before seeing an actual. Again, this is made up. This is made up. He's calling for nobody's downfall. So I think what it says, if Cooper starts over Lemon, means he is simply ready to go, even though Lemon is a high draft pick. It may not be ideal. It's just reality and circumstances. I guarantee you, every single rookie wide receiver that was drafted in the first round will have a better year than Makai Lemon. You want to put money on that? Barring an injury, you want to put that every wide receiver will be more successful than Lemon this coming year if this guy's not ready to go in the first half of the season. You want to put money on it? And especially if Darius Cooper beats him out. Got to get on the field, guy. Seals all the coordinators Hurts has had since college. All the way, Sayers, he has overcome. This year will be a tough test. I think his dad is pivotal force in his career. Okay? Let's say you're right, Lemon. I never said Lemon's a bust. I said he's going to struggle in 26, and so far, it's been a tough start. No, listen, no, I'm going to put a disclaimer down here every time I freaking say something so that you don't get butthurt, all of you. I'm talking about August 12th and 35 days from now. And in the first part of the season. And if you guys don't like the way you're being spoken to, stand in line where Vic talks to people. Did you hear Vic the other day saying that how he talked to a player and told a player that he couldn't tell the media or any of you? You think Vic Fangio doesn't get in people's faces and speak his mind and tell the player who he is and who he's not? You're not getting it done, kid. Or you are, kid. Or you're getting it done. Good job. That was horrible. 99% of the people on the planet can't be coached because you don't understand where they're coming from. It's like you guys have to be like, there's like some sort of like, you've got to compromise your integrity a little bit to make you guys feel better about your own lives. Sills, I agree. It would be horrific for Lemon. That said, it would be a huge win for Howie finding another gem in the UDFA market. Hey, whoa. I didn't say anything about Howie here. I said about Lemon. Because if Darius Cooper goes on to become a star, that covers for Lemon if he blows. And if Lemon turns out to be a good player, okay, then you get two guys. Absolutely. That second-year UDFA is having a better camp than every receiver not named Smitty, but it's horrific if he starts over an injured rookie who hasn't practiced. He answered his own deal there. Get this. So if that guy doesn't play at the beginning of the season for the Eagles, and the guy's been hurt since he's been here, do better? You're going to start the season with Devontae Smith, Dontavian Wicks, and Darius Cooper. A guy nobody wanted to draft, and another guy who couldn't make the Packers. And then Devontae Smith. That's your wide receiving core. All right, guy. Do better. And if that guy can't get... Hey, let me go back to this guy again. That's why Nakobe Dean's not on your ball team anymore. Because you know why? They went out and drafted somebody and said, we're going to be more relied on him. Nakobe Dean's not on your football team for exactly what Jay Brown just said. Hey, Nakobe was a good player. And Nakobe's not on your football team. Why? because he can't get on the field. Lemon, honestly, until he plays in a couple of games, this is all a guessing game. So you're going to go into a start of your season guessing on your wideouts. Nakobe isn't here because of injury issues. And Lemon is not playing right now because of injury issues. Is he not? Best available is durability. This show's great. I love all the takes from fans like Prince, Kyle, Bob, etc. You guys make my afternoons. Reyes takes. Thank you, guys. Absolutely. I love them all too. All difference. This is a freaking awesome question. Seals, what would Belichick do? He'd start Darius Cooper. That's what he would do. But he doesn't have to answer to a GM when he was the head coach of the Patriots. He didn't have to answer to anybody. Nick does. You're damn right. There lies the difference. Belichick would start Cooper. Brady would want Cooper. Show me anywhere in Hurts' career where he failed or had a losing season. People love to mention he was benched. The team was winning. He came back to help them win the national title. My friends, the Alabama Crimson Tide did not get worse when they put Tagovailoa in. As a matter of fact, they didn't miss a beat. Wasn't like they dropped in value. And I got to hand it to Jalen. Every single place that he's gone, no question, have all been winning. Prince is making it sound like he went to Rutgers. This guy went to Bama, Oklahoma, and the Eagles. Well, how many losing seasons in the last 20 years have those people had? One combined. Did you just say Brady wouldn't want Cooper, or am I tripping? Yeah, you are tripping. I said Brady would want Cooper. What would Paterno have done with Jalen Hurts? I think he would have played him. Let's not kid ourselves. The Patricia D year, I'd not consider that a winning team. Well, you should. They won 11 ball games that year. You should. My problem right now that you're having with all of this is Xander made a great point today on Birds 365. And get this, you have to tiptoe around some of these guys who covered the team. If Makai Lemon is not playing or a factor on your football team in the first half of the season, going into a new offensive game plan, and you lost A.J. Brown, that's a severe issue. That you were counting on that guy to deliver some of the water and deliver some of the drop-off, not having AJ. I don't care how you want to paint this. Isn't it wild listening to Philly media people have to dance around this without being straight to the point? If that guy doesn't play in the first half of the season and doesn't help elevate the passing game, why'd you take him in the 17th pick? You drafted a wide receiver this year because you knew you were moving off of AJ. So you just said, hey, this is going to be a redshirt year for him? Moving off of AJ Brown? Hey, we don't have to worry about it. We'll just hire some of these guys that all these other teams didn't want. That's what you're saying? Make that make sense. I can't stand listening to shows that say, well, I'm not worried about the kid at all. Nobody's talking about his career. I'm talking about 26. Who's talking about 27 and 28 here? Nobody. This guy may turn out to be in 27 a star player. I don't know. Right now, they need that guy. Sills, you should read Kemsky. He just did his votes of bust and winners. Lemon, clear leader in one. Well, it's because of availability, though. It's unfair a little bit in talent. Now, and every time he's been out there, he's been unimpressive. Not even reading this. Useless. Lemon was a high prospect that could have made the following round. And we are stacking weapons for Hurts in the new scheme. That's another great question. Hey, Reyes, throw me what your pass weapons are again. I want to see what you think your pass weapons are. He's calling stacking weapons. Name these names that you're stacking weapons around Hurts. I don't see it. Who do you think is a stacked weapon in the passing game? Who's the stacked weapons in the new scheme? Give me some names. Stacked weapons. That's stacked weapons? No. I want pass in your pass game. Barkley will be limited in your pass game. No. Give me your pass game weapons. Lemon, Stowers, Hollywood, and Wicks are all new players that project high. More than our wide receiver 3 down from years. Stowers, Hollywood, Wicks, and Lemon are stacked weapons. All you have to say. Well, let's see what Saquon has done since he's been a Philadelphia Eagle. And I guess you're going to project he's going to have 50 catches. So let's see here. Saquon. What has Saquon done as a receiver in 2 years in Philly? Let's take a look at that. Receiving. So he's had 30 catches and 37 catches. Okay. Let's do this too. So 30 catches, 35 catches. Here's your weapons. Barkley, Goddard, and Stowers is your weapons. Stowers has stunk in camp. Barkley, okay, and Goddard. Okay, so Goddard and Barkley. Seals, get this. Saquon's old scheme numbers don't apply to this new approach. Well, let's do this. Let's take a look at Josh Jacobs because you're running Green Bay's offense. Josh Jacobs. Let's take a look here. So, pretty much the same. 36. That's probably going to be around right. You're running the Green Bay offense. Those numbers for Barkley are not going up. He's going to have about 35 catches, and that's where he's going to be. You're running the Green Bay offense.